It's been since the early 70s since we've seen the Crown in America. 50 years. It's great to see it back. It has been royalty essentially in Japan. Here in America, it's been the forgotten king that once was. It's finally coming back. There are 4 variants of the Crown. We only know of this one coming. Maybe we'll get some additional variants that Japan is getting, but let's talk about this model. It can come in 3 different trims, XLE limited, which this is limited, and you can also get the platinum model, the top of the line with the Hybrid Max powertrain. Let's just talk about exterior, then we'll get into powertrain interior and we'll go from there. This being the limited, we have the quad beam LED headlights, LED bar that goes around that connects the 2 headlights. We have a solid grille here, almost for a full electrification, right? There's just a little bit here at the bottom that allows for air and a little bit up here that allows for air as well. So mostly blocked off for aerodynamics. This has the 2.5-liter hybrid system that we see in other Toyota and Lexus products. Now the Limited comes standard with 19-inch wheels. This has the upgraded tech package that gives you the 21-inch wheels and the 360 camera. The side profile of the Crown it's striking, and that's what Toyota wants. They want this vehicle to stand apart from what the Avalon used to, and that starts with that sloping roofline at the back. Now on the Platinum trim, you can get a fully blacked out or 2-tone hood, trunk lid, and the piece up here is also blacked out. Now this has that panel roof, which is standard on the Limited grade. All-wheel drive is standard on every single Crown model. You have Crown typed into the back. We don't have that Crown badge on the back or the front, just the Toyota logos here in the United States. That Limited trim here as well. No visible exhaust pipes. You're gonna have to get down on your hands and knees to see it down there. And it's actually dual exhaust tips, which I wasn't expecting. Now the Crown is an upscale vehicle. We have door sills here for the Crown. We also have floor mats. We have leather seats on this Limited trim with this unique, almost like piping or edge right here with additional stitching here. We also have that on the headrest as well. On the door panel, we have the contrast between the black here and that dark chestnut is what Toyota is calling it. We also have it on the dash here as well, and the armrest and that soft touch around the knee area where you're going to be resting that knee during long drives. Also have auto folding mirrors on every single Toyota Crown, no matter what grade you get here in the United States. Closing that door. We have no head-up display on any models here stateside, but we do have a massive 12-inch MID here that gives you all your information. We have this large touchscreen here as well. Both of them are 12 inches. Beautiful steering wheel. We also have these sensors here that pick up your eyes to help with traffic jam assist, like in the new RX 350, for example. Climate controls are amazing. I don't have any knobs or dials here, but that's okay because everything's really easy to get to. Heated and ventilated seats in this vehicle, and the base model, the XLE, has heated seats. I also have 2 different settings for that heated steering wheel as well. Heated seats in the back. Toyota keeps a volume knob, and this is the new software, so Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, or wireless. I have a fan-cooled wireless charger here. Here's that 360 camera view, which is optional with that advanced tech package. We also have 2 USB-Cs here, 2 USB-Cs in the back. This is very synonymous with what we see in the Lexus NX and RX, which is kind of a carryover and a maturation of what we saw in the Toyota Prius for years. So you push over and down for drive, over and up for reverse, and press down for park. I like that there's no glossy black in here, just kind of this matte sparkly finish, nothing in here to kind of blind you along the way. This armrest can be opened up from both sides. We have a USB-A in there, and we also have a 12 volt in there, and you can see open it up from this side as well. Not a lot for ornamentation. We have this little aluminum band at the middle of the dash, and it also goes around the vents here. Soft touch on the dash, very premium feeling, and soft touch with this brown material as well. No digital rear view mirror, but this is auto dimming. If we fold this down, we have your vanity mirror with that LED light above it. Getting into the back seat of the Crown, the seat is set up for me at 6'1", tons of leg room here. There's a button for your heated seats on this trim. Also Limited comes standard with the JBL sound system. Standard is, I believe, 6 speakers on the XLE. Here are your USB-C chargers, 2 vents in the back, which are standard on all models. Leather on the back of the seat, very soft, nice matte pocket on each side. A good view of that panoramic sunroof. And you also have map lights back here for each passenger. We have oh crap bars on every single door in this vehicle. Folding the armrest down, we have a couple cup holders, and that kind of summarizes the interior for the new Toyota Crown. Driving the Crown in the United States, it's now available for the first time in about 50 years. This is the all-new 16th generation of the Toyota Crown. I am outside of Nashville, Tennessee. Beautiful country this time of year with the fall of the leaves, the changing of the colors of the trees. And this is a limited vehicle, so this gives us 236 horsepower. So I'm gonna roll onto the throttle here just in normal mode. Great torque initially. And there's 60 miles an hour. Not the quickest vehicle. Toyota's estimating a mid 7 second 0 to 60 for this. If you want more power, that's what the Hybrid Max is for, and the Platinum trim with turbo charged 4-cylinder with a very powerful e-axle in the rear. This is more of a traditional hybrid setup for Toyota, something that we see in the, let's say, the Highlander hybrid or the RAV4 hybrid. We have 236 horse here and an estimated EPA of 41 miles per gallon combined. I've been getting a little bit better than that, ranging from about 45 to 50 on these winding, hilly roads, just taking it very easy in this all-new Crown. So even though this thing weighs like 4,300 pounds roughly, it still can get over 40 miles per gallon, which is absolutely amazing. This vehicle does feel like almost like a dropped Lexus RX. It feels a little bit bigger than a Lexus NX, and it feels almost like a raised Camry. So it's kind of trying to blend the best of the sedan world with the best of the crossover world. The seat point is about 4 inches higher than what we see in a Camry or an Avalon. So I do feel like I'm sitting up higher, almost like a crossover, maybe something like the Corolla Cross sort of seating height. This does handle a little bit better than most Toyota crossovers, even though it's heavy. And the reason is because the center of gravity is fairly low in here. The ground clearance is like marginally higher than what we see on a Camry. It's just the hit point seating height is higher in here. I'm 6'1", and even with this glass roof, I have a little bit of headroom left, maybe an inch or two. If you're much taller than that, have a real long torso, this vehicle might not be a good fit for you, but I think for the vast majority of people's heights, this should be no issue. Now going about 66 miles an hour, nothing is coming from the engine bay. It's very quiet. I hear a little bit of wind noise from the mirrors, and this does have acoustic glass on all grades. So that means the front windshield, as well as these side windows up here, are extra thick and designed to keep sound out. And it is pretty quiet overall. Don't know if I could call it Lexus quality, but definitely better than, let's say, a Camry, for example. Now this has all the new safety features on it, the Toyota Safety Sense 3.0, so it has like curve speed management, which slows down the car for you while you're turning into, like rolling turns. It can also slow down the vehicle if it detects pedestrians, things like that. It's just that next generation of Toyota software. Luckily, you can disable it because it does get fairly intrusive, in my opinion, driving. Like right now, it's braking for me hard, and radar cruise control is not even on. So I didn't even need to touch the gas pedal. So for some people, that might be nifty, but I wasn't expecting the vehicle to slow down, and then it didn't speed up afterwards. So it is a bit of a strange system. It would take some getting used to. For me, you can just disable it in the menus like I did on the RX 350 hybrid that I had last week. In terms of comfort, it's really good in here. There's not much to complain about. These leather seats are nice and wide, and they're not going to be like bolstering by any means. It's definitely comfort-minded vehicle. I have heated and ventilated seats in this limited model, heated steering wheel. My arms are nice and comfortable on these soft armrests on each side. I like having these two 12-inch digital screens here. This one you can display whatever you want, your Apple CarPlay, Android Auto wirelessly. I just have the Toyota hybrid system up here for you guys to kind of check out, see what the car is doing underneath the hood and underneath the trunk, where there's an additional electric motor to give this vehicle all-wheel drive. Now, I haven't driven the Hybrid Max on this model, so I can't say if that's the one to go for, but Toyota is estimating over 50% of the sales to come from this Limited. And to be honest, it's quick enough, it's really smooth, and that 40 plus miles per gallon is nothing to scoff at. We're gonna get hard into the brakes here, if it lets me. Okay, here we go. Hard into the brakes. Very linear pedal, but you definitely feel the weight of this vehicle as you get into the brakes. Not a lot of like pitch and dive, so that's great to see on this hybrid, all new hybrid for Toyota. The Crown is back, and I don't have a lot of time with this particular model. I'm returning this one for me to jump into the Hybrid Max with the turbo 4-cylinder and the more potent electrified system. That system gets you 340 horsepower and 400 pound-feet of torque and 30 miles per gallon. So still fairly efficient by while still giving you a lot of power and torque on tap. But also, you guys down below, the new Crown is a good replacement for the Avalon, with giving you a little bit of that crossover flair. Maybe not necessarily the crossover utility, but that crossover ride height, visibility, and the handling mechanics that you see typically with the sedan. So it's a unique vehicle for Toyota. It's a unique vehicle in the entire United States lineup, including all the brands. There's nothing quite like the Crown, and the materials, the build quality, it feels very much like a Lexus, except for maybe some of the materials in here aren't quite as nice, but man, it comes really, really close. And it is fetching Lexus prices starting around 40K and topping out around 52K before destination with that Platinum model. But signing out from the all new limited Toyota Crown.